EA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Halloween matchup. It's the Bengals and the Browns on Monday Night Prime Time.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Browns in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Bringing them out in his 8th year out of Florida State, the former Heisman Trophy winner, Jameis Winston.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go, but if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
First carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 13 carries, 80 yards.
He's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On second down, Jacobs trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jameis to throw it. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Van Jefferson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. Leading them out, someone who has overcome plenty of adversity to forge a 12-year career. Former Virginia Tech Hokie, it's Tyrod Taylor.
One of the classiest quarterbacks in the NFL, and always in a difficult position because he has the skills to be a starter, but there's usually a youngster behind him that they're grooming and they want on the field. But when given an opportunity to be the guy, he's led teams to the playoffs, and he's also gone to the Pro Bowl. A great combination of arm and legs, not to mention a brilliant mind.
Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete. Well, what a matchup we have here in the AFC North on this All Hallows Eve, otherwise known, of course, as Halloween. Kids probably shuffling home right now from trick-or-treating, all hopped up on sugar and ready to drive their parents crazy as these two old rivals get together here on this final day of October in a game that's been highly anticipated. 27 yards there, a first down. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial, but I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Taylor. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Another try after the first down sack. Taylor. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Bengals. Terry McLaurin, 34 yards. And the Bengals are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. The Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down. 7-7, our score after 1. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. From the gun, Winston. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Second down, Jacobs once more. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Throwing, Winston. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. On second down, here's Henry. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. They'll run for it with Henry. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Taylor to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes we talk about coverage, we're just talking about the defender running with the receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense some credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw caught here by Dulcich. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Winston. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. 9 yards that time. To the air again with Winston. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. To throw, Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd down and goal. Winston works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. Touchdown! Dawson Knox from 10 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Eluding the and a big loss here as he's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now it's Taylor out to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here's Winston. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, Time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. Lamar Jackson, strong in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 6-2 on the year. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. J.K. Dobbins, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Rashad Bateman, a touchdown catch in the victory. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Browns, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Here we go. Hey, let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Check down here for Henry. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Inside handoff, Henry finding space at the 40. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Taylor on 1st down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. Now Taylor. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Taylor. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Play action now, Winston. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. He's going to sling this deep downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give him credit. But it's going to bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport in there to get
time, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Dogala. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another path.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Lorenzo Carter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Going deep for Hopkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Jacobs, and he'll be taken down at the 34. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Here's Winston. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to them.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jameis to throw it. Looking sideline, incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Got an open man finding Jefferson. Touchdown, Browns. Van Jefferson. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Browns are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes, but now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
And he's
taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Now it's a bootleg with Winston.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Jacobs going to try the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Here comes the rookie 7th-round pick. It's Isaiah Pacheco.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here.
So they came in here facing a very tall task, going against the NFL's #1 ranked defense, but they got the job done. Charles, really an outstanding performance.
They certainly showed that they weren't going to be intimidated, didn't they? They took out the best defense in the NFL today, took it right to them, and that's against a group of guys that is used to shutting people down. To me, this is going to be a signature moment for this team season.
So for the Browns,
they run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.